Yes, should I start? Still maybe a couple of minutes we can, right? Mazlina, we can wait for a few minutes. Okay.
Good afternoon, sir.
Yes, good afternoon. Good afternoon, everyone. I can see some people are still joining. Well, let us have 1 more minute and then we can go from there. Yes, Sekta. Nice to see you. Okay, so we can, yeah. So it is 12, already 12:01. I can start. So first of all, thank you very much, everyone, for joining this event. So in celebration of National Engineering Month, this event is organized jointly with support from Ontario Society of Professional Engineers. And also I have my employer partner with the Eaton, later on we'll talk. So my name is Rezaul Hilali. I am the project manager for one of the program managed by Access Employment, which is electrical engineering program. And for the last more than 10 years, I am working with foreign trained engineers. And that is why the theme of the session is integrating newcomer engineers into the labor market. So I'm here to share some of my experience with all of you that you can capitalize for your future job search and how to integrate into the new work environment. So before we begin, we would like to take a moment to acknowledge that we are coming to you from, we are here in Toronto, which is the dish with one spoon territory. We respectfully acknowledge that the past and present traditional steward of the land and the unique role of the life of the region. Toronto is one of the traditional territory of Anishinabeg, the Hansam, Haudeno, and the Wendat peoples, and is covered by the Treaty 13 with the Mississauga of the Credit First Nation. We pay our respect to their elders past, present, and emerging. As settlers, we are grateful for the opportunity to live, work, and play with this territory. So this is something we always practice. We acknowledge the land. So this is something we do for all our events. So now I can go to my presentation. So first of all, I would like to introduce my co-presenter today, Sikta Misra. She is representing Eaton, one of the leading engineering company in the globe, I would say in the globe. So she is associated with the Human Resource Department. So she will share her experience. So we have our presentation. So I will share my screen, and then from there we will go step by step.
Thank you for the introduction, Rizal.
Sorry?
Thank you for the introduction.
No, thank you. Victor. So now I'm sharing my screen with all of you. So the theme of this presentation is integration of the internationally trained engineers into the local labor market. So this is the theme, and you can see here I am. My name is Rezaul Hilali. I'm the project manager, and today my co-host is Sikta. She is a member of Workforce Planning and Talent Acquisition Specialist with Eaton. And we have 4 agenda mainly. We will cover it up. So first of all, as a foreign trained engineers, when you come to Canada, so I feel that first we need to know what are the programs and services available for us and how we can take benefit of those government funded programs. I will share some of the programs. Then we also learn from Sikta, from an employer perspective, how employers are valuing the newcomer engineers into the labor market and what are their hiring process and how they assess candidates' competencies. Then we will provide some tips and tricks based on our life experience. And at the end, you will have some time to ask some questions, and we will share we will provide the answer. If not, then we will come back to you with the relevant information. So what I learned from my own life, I am working with the engineers for more than 12 years in Canada. So what I learned from my life that when the newcomer engineers are coming to Canada, the first challenge for them is to understand the labor market. This is one of the most challenging aspects. Although they're trained, educated engineers, they have a lot of experience, but when we come to a new country, we need to understand the labor market. When I'm saying labor market, it means that they need to know about the local code compliance, standard, certification process, application, softwares, and some other things. This is a very, very important aspect. Say, for example, if you are coming from the Middle East, the electric code, the power code, and say, for example, the asphalt code in Dubai and asphalt code in Canada, and particularly in Ontario, are the difference. So some of the instrumentation engineers, they can call, okay, I am expert in with the Siemens protocol. Okay, when you landed in Canada, next day, all the employers will look for Allen Bradley, but you are an instrumentation engineer. So this is something we need to know. The second challenge I have seen that the career roadmap. This is a very important information for all of us when we are coming to Canada. Career roadmap in different countries are different. They have different countries according to the different educational system, the industry system. When I say career roadmap, it means that, say for example, I have 20 years experience in project management, civil construction management from other part of the world. But when I landed in Canada, from the next day, people will ask, okay, construction management, what? Is it tunnel, highway, road, pavement, high rise, low rise, steel structure, concrete structure, so many things. So first thing they will ask this specialization. The second thing, when I'm coming to Canada with 10, 20 years of experience, maybe at the beginning of my career, I did design, then I become project management, then I did become a business development engineer, then I become director, VP. So those are my past history. But when I'm here, so from where I need to start when I'm looking for a job. If I look for a job as a project manager or contract administrator, that might be a challenge for me at the beginning, although I have experience. But with the local code compliance obligations, so I need to understand what would be my career roadmap. This is very important when I look for a job. Then another challenge is the job search tools. When we are looking for a job, I have seen in my life that people coming from the different part of the world, after initial settlement, after 2-3 weeks, they start sending their resume and they fall in love with the device and with the third-party website, applying for anything and everything. This is, I should say that it will not work in Canada. Canada is a land of specialization. Here, I need to know what I am good at, then I need to know who is the potential employer. Then I need to customize my tools. My resume, my job search, my interview preparation, my cold calling, my social networking, all needs to be customized according to the local labor market. But sometimes we don't pay that much of attention to those things. And I have seen people are coming from different part of the world. They're using the different style of resumes and sending it to the different employer and uploading to all the third-party website. Sometimes it doesn't work. And maybe when Sikta will tell her experience, she as a recruiter or as an HR professional, she will give us some input. Then another challenge is the presentation and communication. Although it sounds different, but I'm saying that presentation and communication, typically the technical professionals like engineer, IT professionals, they don't like that much of presentation and communication. But in Canada, it is very, very important that if you are not able to say what you did, then how do I know that how good you are? So it is all about presentation. Presentation it has a cultural aspect. In a North American environment, presentation and communication is very important. Then another challenge is for the newcomer engineers is the local professional network. So without the professional network, it is almost impossible nowadays to get the job. So now network is critical. Now, networking also, it is not that going to the LinkedIn and sending an invitation to somebody. No, every day we receive so many notifications. How many people accept those notifications? But we need to know there are so many ways, like attending OSPI event, attending this event, going to the job fair, bringing your business card, communicating with them. There are so many other ways. LinkedIn is not only the way to connect with the people. There are so many other ways. So we need to know the networks. Importance of the professional network. So these are the challenges I have seen, that primary challenges for the newcomers. Now, to encounter all these challenges, now what we can do? So we can have some time, we can attend, we can educate ourselves, we can attend various programs offered by the government and the social service sector or service provider. I personally will say this kind of programs are very important. It will give you some kind of academic perspective as well as some kind of cultural perspective, so that our foreign trained participants will feel more comfortable and feel more marketable when they will go for the job search. So main programs and services for the engineers. So I'm limiting with the engineers. So Access Employment is one of the leading organizations here in Canada. So they have a series of programs for the engineers, and I will be clarifying those later on. There's another program which is called Professional Access into Employment, which is managed by the Toronto Regional Conservation Authority. It is mainly the geotechnical and environmental engineers. Then there's another program which is not directly for engineers, but it is for the architectural people. So they call it Immigrant Professionals Leveraging Architectural Knowledge for New Opportunities. It's an I-Plan, which is delivered by JVS Toronto. So you can say who are delivering this program. So Access Employment, TRCA, JVS Toronto. And there is a enhanced language training program for the newcomers. It is also for the engineers, which is delivered by the Toronto District School Board. So now these are the programs and services available right now, from where our foreign trained engineers can get support and can be benefited. And most of the programs, they have the employment component. So it is not only attending the program, they also support to get the job and connect with the employer. Now, as I represent Access Employment, so I'll be expanding a little bit of Access Employment program. So Access Engineering Connections program, so we are running this program for over 12 years. We have around 500 graduates, and on an average 500 graduates every year. And 80% of our participants are employed in the respective field. We have over 100 employers engaged in this program. So all our programs are delivered in partnership with the leading academic institutions like Humber College, Seneca College, and Toronto Metropolitan University, former Ryerson University. And we strongly collaborate with the PEO and OSPI. Without their support, it is not possible to talk about engineering, to deliver any program. So OSPI is an integral part of our program. And also, this is another innovative program we started in 2018. This is the first online bridging program only for the electrical engineering since 2018. So it was a pilot project up to 2021. Then we got extended. Now this program is in progress. So we are delivering this program. The beauty of this program is it's online from the very beginning. So maybe you can say that we anticipated that something will go wrong in this world, so everybody will go online. So we started this online, so 2018. Now you can see that 80% of our participants are employed. So this is our performance indicator. Government is giving us money not to educate people. Government is giving money to ensure the job for our participants. And that is why we achieve the deliverables. Now, you can ask me what is the secret or magic? No, I do not have any secret or magic. This is the secret here. Our alumni, they are our secret. They are our magic. So today someone got job from our program. So tomorrow they will support our participants. So this is the way we have a strong connection with our alumni. They support us to get the job every day. Every day we get job linked from our alumni. So this is the way we maintain relationship with our alumni. So this is Access. Now I want to give you a little bit of insight about the program. In Engineering Connections program, there are 4 streams. The first stream is engineering job search. It's 6 weeks funded by federal government. It's a free of cost. And the academic partner is Seneca College and Humber College. So in this program, there are two types of topics. So one is the job search topics, which is traditionally job search items like resume, cover letter, interview, all other things. And in the engineering topics, which are delivered by Humber College professor and Seneca College professor, they talk about PEO licensing, safety code, standard, Ontario building code, estimation, contracting process, leads, and other. So in every stream, we have the engineering topics. So this is one thing what I mentioned earlier, that one of the challenge for the foreign trained engineers is not being familiar with the local code and compliance. So that is why very purposefully we included all the engineering topics in our all 4 stream. So this is stream number 1. Now you can go to the stream number 2. Stream number 2 is known as the Workplace Essential for Engineers. This is also 6 weeks funded by the federal government. The academic partner is Humber College. But now you can see from the name, it is called Workplace Essential. It means those people who need some kind of language, presentation, and communication skills, for them this program is designed. In this program, in the previous program, you have seen that there are 2 contents, but in this program, there are 3 topics. So one is the job search topics, and the language topics, and the engineering topics. The language topics is the dominant part, is most of the time will be dedicated in the language and communication skills. So this is second mainstream. Now we can come to the third mainstream. So this is called project management for engineers. This is 8 weeks program. This is a very important thing to know. We only look for the engineer who has the project management background for this program. This program is funded by the provincial government, Ontario government, and that is why there's a little tuition fee, $400 tax. This $400 will go to the Metropolitan University to cover the academic component. The most important thing is that this tuition fee covers books, PM book version 6, I think, in the market right now, and Rita, and then access to all the PMP exam preparation course from the Toronto Metropolitan University. And another beauty of this program is this program will satisfy 35 hours of PDU. And I'm sure some of you are familiar with the project management protocol, PMI certification. If you want to go for PMP exam, you should have certain other criteria, but at the same time, you should complete the 35 hours of PDU. That is why this program will satisfy the PMI requirement. And if you pass this exam, then you can go directly to the project management PMP exam. Another benefit is that as this program is funded by the Ontario government, so there is, at the beginning, participant needs to pay the tuition fee. However, if they are suitable and eligible, they can apply for the refund. So most of our participants, they got refund from the government. So there's a certain process. There's a bursary, they call it bursary. So this is our third mainstream of the Engineering Connections program. Now I can go to the last stream of the program, which is only for the electrical engineering program, for the electrical engineering professionals. This is 9 weeks program, online program, and another beauty of this program is an evening session, only 2 or 3 times per week. So now electrical engineering people, I have seen that there are 4 or 5 streams within the electrical engineering. So someone will come from the power distribution, someone will come from the electrical estimation, or industrial automation, or telecommunication, or lighting design. So we understood that people will come from the different stream within the electrical engineering. That is why this course is designed in such a way. So Humber College is our academic partner. This is a 9 weeks program. Out of 9 weeks program, 110 hours will be delivered by Humber College professor, and they will be covering health and safety code and standard, application of measuring instruments, Ontario electric code, fire code, industrial automation in Ontario, energy system in Ontario, then wind, solar, bioenergy, and geothermal energy industry in this field. So it's a heavily technical program, but at the same time, we have the job search content, which is 40 to 50 hours of job search content, which covers resume, cover letter, other things. So this is the fourth stream of the program. But now the most important thing is that program is not the objective. Objective is to get the job, and that is why we do so many additional things during the program. Now you can see that what we do additionally. We do one-on-one coaching. We have a professional engineers in our program. They are the consultant. They will be working with our participant to provide the career guidance. Then we have a designated person. He or she will be an employer liaison to connect you with the potential employer. We invite so many professionals and industry professionals or the HR professional to meet with our participant as part of promoting them with the company. Plus, we also, during the program, we also provide extended access to the online learning, which is LinkedIn Learning and IBM Skill Build Learning, because LinkedIn Learning as an individual, you can have for 1 month or 2 months, but if you are coming to our program, then they will get 3 to 4 months of access to LinkedIn Learning, and similar to IBM Skill Build Learning. We also organize different professional webinars. We have the mentoring program. We organize job fair for the employer, and we also have the communication course. So these are the additional support we provide apart from the program, because the ultimate goal is to get the job. Without job, all this kind of learning will be nothing. So because we believe that you need not to learn engineering. You are already foreign trained engineer. So you need to learn about the local practices. That's why this program is designed. Now I want to request Sikta to come here. So this is it's a great privilege to introduce my co-host today, Sikta. She works with Eaton. Now Sikta, over to you.
Thank you, Rizal, and thank you for the wonderful introduction and overview of what are the programs with Access and the great work that Access does for everyone. My name is Sikta, although Rizal introduced me, but I'll just give a brief background on what I do and what has been my experience so far. So I am an engineer. I studied electronics and telecom engineering, and I also did MBA in HR after that. I worked in India, then in Dubai and in Canada. Currently, I'm working with Eaton as a workforce planning and talent acquisition specialist in the HR team. I manage early talent hiring, university relations, contingent workforce program, and also in many diversity and inclusion initiatives for the organization. I have been associated with Access for a long time now. As a newcomer, when I came to Canada 5 years ago, I registered with Access because I was trying to find my foothold in a new country. And it, as many of you would know, it's not a very easy process. And I went to Access to get some tips on how I can approach different employers, what I can do, how I can refine my resume. I got the guidance, and within a month, I found a job. So I'm really grateful to Access for helping me as a newcomer. And now I wish I can help as many newcomers as possible. So just that was an introduction about myself. And now coming to the company, I work for this wonderful company called Eaton. As a global power management company, Eaton is dedicated to improving the quality of life and protecting the environment for people everywhere. And we help our customers solve their greatest power challenges through our industry-leading electrical, aerospace, hydraulic, and vehicle products and services. For more than 100 years, we have been guided by our commitment to do business right. To operate sustainably, our teams, we employ over 97,000 employees across the globe. And we have helped people work more safely, be more energy efficient, and live more sustainably in more than 175 countries. And this year, Eaton is celebrating the 100th anniversary of our listing as a public company on the New York Stock Exchange. Just yesterday, we, in our work locations in Canada, in different work locations, employees gathered and we celebrated this historic milestone. And we are only 32 companies to reach this milestone. So I'm proud to be part of a company that has been making what matters work. Here is a short video on what Eaton is all about, even though it's a few years old, but it's still relevant. Please have a look.
Okay, thank you. Let me go for this.
I would like to be the exit sign because I'm a trainer and a coach, so I'm supporting people to find their way in difficult situations like the exit sign does.
I would be the fire alarm because as a recruiter, when I find a perfect candidate for the position, I act like a fire alarm. I inform those immediately who need to be informed.
Energy storage home. I store solar energy. On one hand I love sunshine, on the other hand it's green energy, no harm on the environment.
I am an early talent program manager. I joined Eton a year ago and I was very happy to find a position where I can further grow and develop myself.
I started with order entry for the UK, then I became a customer service representative for a whole product line like EMEA, North America, Latin America and Middle East.
I started as a customer service team leader back in February, but now I'm building up a brand new team from scratch for a new sales concept that has never existed before at Eton.
I'm an electrical engineer. I started at Eton 6 months ago as an ISAC intern, and I'm now part of the Graduate Leadership Development Program for the next 2 years.
I started in Eton many years ago as a student. And since then, I've lived in 12 different locations with Eton, doing many different jobs.
The open and friendly attitudes of colleagues towards me.
Having my name on the board in the kitchen, so everybody knew I'm joining the company, and I got a lot of warm welcome on the first day.
I remember standing at the receptionist desk and the site leader of this office came over to me, shook my hand and asked if she can help me.
To work for global projects with multicultural teams and also the possibility to grow in the career as the company is growing in the region.
It's an opportunity-rich environment where everyone, no matter what job they're in, can have an impact to make things better.
My supervisors thank me for my work and acknowledge me.
People development are at the core of the company, and you can feel that on a day-by-day basis by the number of opportunities which we have here.
The company's supportive nature enables people to bring the best out of themselves and drive their passion.
Because I feel here new ideas are always welcome.
The possibility to grow in the career is really concrete and open to everyone.
Focus on making sure business is personal, but we also have strong values. We're ethical, we're passionate, we care about what we do. We make what matters work.
Fazemos funcionar o que importa.
Facciamo ciò che conta.
That's good.
Thank you for sharing that video.
Just anecdotally, tell us what it's been like to operate a big company like Eton, an industrial company in...
Sorry, was there a question?
No, that was an audio clip.
Oh, okay.
Now I'm coming to you. Yes,
Yeah.
Here you are.
Yes, yeah. So Eton produces a broad range of products and services, and from fuel efficient systems to power chain management tools and components that safely guide commercial aircraft. Some examples are listed on the screen, but in Canada, our focus is mainly in electrical sector. So we have products like panel boards, switch boards, transfer switches, load centers, fire pump controllers, low, medium voltage switch gear. So all these kind of products is what we deal in mainly in Canada. Now coming to the hiring process that we follow in our organization, most of the career opportunities are posted on Eaton's career page and other third-party websites. We have regular full-time positions, we have temporary or contract positions. There are several internship and co-op opportunities that are also available with us. And once all the applications are received through websites, as well as through employee referrals. So we also encourage our employees to refer people, because we know great people refer great candidates. So we also encourage that. And once we receive all the applications, they are reviewed by our talent acquisition team. So we have a dedicated talent acquisition team, or a team of recruiters who review the resumes, match them with the requirements that we have, and then conduct phone screens. So they talk to the candidate over the phone just to get a sense of their background and see if they're matching our requirements better. And once they are satisfied, the talent acquisition team, then they forward that resume to the hiring manager. And from there, the hiring manager reviews the resume again. And there are structured panel interviews that are conducted. Many are behavioral-based interviews, meaning that you have to provide examples from your past to make sure that those are meeting with the requirements that the job has. And these interviews could be either virtual or in person with the hiring team. And depending on the position, there could be some other activities also, like they may ask you to give a panel presentation. So they could give you a topic and then say that, can you please present it in the next interview to a panel. So that is not for all the positions, but in some cases, yes, that is a requirement. So that's another step in the interview process. And once the candidate is selected, we go to offer and onboarding, which is you receive the offer, and then the background verification starts, which involves criminal check, employment verification, educational verification as needed. Can you go to the next slide?
Yes.
Thank you. So there are several positions available in Canada. There is various internships that we are hiring for. So these are mainly for students who are currently enrolled in some programs, or they could be recent graduates. So these are more entry-level positions. And there are several other, mid-level or senior-level positions as well, for ranging from engineers to product designers, specialists to managers. So there are several positions available. You can, review these opportunities that are available on our careers page. Some of these may require, some of these positions may be filled already because our teams work on it and interviews happen on a continuous basis. But whatever positions we have, they're all available on our website. I can also share the link to our careers page if that is helpful. And the ones that are of interest, you can apply, and you'll hear from our talent acquisition team if you're meeting the basic qualifications. And here are some suggestions. So make sure what you're looking for and analyze the job requirements. So see through the job requirements and think of some examples that you can provide to the recruiter or the hiring team when they're talking to you to stand out from the crowd, and reflect on your experience, skills, and knowledge linking with the job requirement. Customize your job application. You have to think of what is your background and how that relates to the requirements of the job. So you cannot just have one resume for different jobs. You have to make changes in the resume. You have to speak the language of the job posting, which is advertised. Because many times, many companies, like even Eaton, we use an ATS. And that system, it just, it's like based on artificial intelligence. So it just checks the keywords that are there in the job description and the keywords, whether it's matching with the resume or not. So you have to customize, you have to make changes in your resume and include the keywords that you see in the job description in your resume. You have to do a complete research on the company, understand what they do, what products and services they offer, and understand their business model. So you have to do a complete research for that to have an understanding. And if you can have some referrals that adds value to your applications, so you can connect with people on LinkedIn, try to get, if they can refer you to the organization or to any job or connect you with the recruiter, that is an added advantage. So try to network as much as possible. Even Rizal touched on that. So try to build your network because that's very important in Canada and for your career as well. And make sure there are no errors on your resume and cover letter. So proofread it to make sure that there are no errors. You can ask your friend or your family members to do that proofreading.
You'll need to use the stylus to play with this globe. The stylus works.
Is it something?
Okay, so make sure there are no errors on your resume. And as I already mentioned, bring examples for the interview by looking at the job description. Think of some examples that you can substantiate with your answers and demonstrate good communication skills. So it's important that you're able to communicate your value. What is it that you're bringing to the table well to the hiring team, so you can stand out and be extra mindful of your social media presence. So whatever you're posting on social media, whether it's LinkedIn or Facebook or Twitter, just be mindful of what you're posting. And that creates a big impact, because in today's day, we do look at, as from HR team, before hiring a person, we do go and check what is this person's thinking, what is the opinion, whether or not they're making any comments that would, in the long term, be harmful for the company. So be mindful of that.
Thank you.
I think these will be the.
Thank you, Sikta. Very, very insightful items you shared with us. I'm sure some of our participants will be able to capitalize all these things. Particularly the last one is very important in today's world. I'm sure people will believe. And for all the participants, what I'm saying that you will get a chance to ask some questions towards the end. I have few more slides. Once we are done, then you can ask some questions to Sikta as well as me. So let's proceed. From my experience, I want to share something because I am also working with engineers for a long time. So from my life, I want to share this experience. First of all, compromise as a foreign trained engineer when you are new to Canada or relatively new to Canada, then I will say, don't compromise with your goal, compromise with your strategy. You are an achiever, you achieved, you are a foreign trained engineer by education and by experience. So maybe it will take certain time to get back to your core engineering. And today or tomorrow, you will be successful. Canada is a land of specialization. There are so many opportunities here and there. If you look at the top 100 projects under the federal government website, and you will see out of all 100 projects, most of them are infrastructure related projects. So engineering is everywhere. And if you look at the HRDC website, Human Resource Department of Canada website, for the last 4 years, engineering is the #1 skill shortage. Now the question comes, okay, in one side, government is saying we need so many engineers. On the other side, so many people are looking for a job. How come it's possible? Yeah, there's a nice answer. Couple of things. #1, engineers need to be specialized. Nowadays, every position requires a specialization. If you say that I am a 10 years of experience in project management, then Canadian employer like Sikta will ask, okay, what kind of project you managed? Okay, what kind of scheduling software did you use before? If you say MS Project, oh, okay, MS Project is backdated. Now, do you know Primavera? Yeah, a little bit of Primavera. No, you need to be equipped with Primavera. Then maybe Sikta will say, okay, what about Agile? Okay, nowadays Agile is getting a common expectation. And interestingly, a good number of employers nowadays are asking for, okay, do you know cloud-based project scheduling? Now you see, the employment sector, the market, labor market is changing. So that is why we need to understand what are the local expectations. That is why we need to compromise with the strategy. But today and tomorrow, you will be on the right track. The second things to remember that please stay focused. As an engineer, you delivered so many projects in your life, or you are part of the life, in your part of a project. Why not you take your life as a project? Why not you create your own scope of work? Why not you think about your resource? Why not you define your KPI? Why not you monitor your progress? Your life is right now is a project. Now you use your project management body of knowledge into your life, and I'm sure and confident, I'm talking from my experience, you will be able to success. Please purposefully, what Sikta also mentioned, that please increase your network. It is not about Facebook, it is not about LinkedIn, it is not about Twitter. There are so many other ways. Network, you need to understand that Canada is an immigrant country. Employers they have the anxiety. Okay, whether these people, okay, they don't, local employer, they don't have the problem with your experience, expertise, technical competency, but they are anxious that how far this person will be fit into my culture. So that is why the network plays a significant role. Now, another thing you need to remember, please understand the regulatory requirement for licensing. If you want to go with the core engineering, check with PEO. OSPI could be a very good resource. They organize so many events, so many academic sessions to learn about how to write the exam, how to prepare the experience report, how to go for interview. Then if you are thinking about technician and technologies, then you can check with the OSAT. They are the regulatory body for engineering, technician, and technologies. If you want to go with the management, then you go with the PMI. But bottom line is, it is your life. Bottom line is, it is your career. You need to decide where you want to go. You want to go with the core engineering, you want to go to the technologies field, or you want to go with the management field. Then another things you need to remember, please, this is important, I'm sharing that explore alternative career roadmap within your occupation. Say, for example, if someone is coming from Middle East or some other countries, then as a oil and gas engineer or petroleum engineer, now you came to Toronto. Now, where is the job as a petroleum engineer in Toronto? Almost nothing. Either you need to go to Alberta, somewhere other province, or you need to go to Sarnia, very small pocket. But if you have your family, if you need to settle in Toronto, then petroleum engineering experience, you need to bring that experience into other industry. Maybe you could be a maintenance engineer for the industrial project. Maybe you can go into the manufacturing industry. Maybe you can go with the some other areas you can think about, maybe HVAC industry. So try to think about your alternative career when you are in the looking for the real job, rather than waiting, rather than going to off track. So this is something it is always possible to look for an alternative career within your occupation. Then also, I also request to you remember that strategy your job search. If you fall in love with your device, laptop, and third-party website, this is not enough. I will state it is not enough. You need to understand job search conceptually in Canada is a three-step formula. Number one, you need to know what you are good at. Are you good at design? What design? If you say I'm a mechanical designer, I am good with the AutoCAD 3D, then SolidWorks, then CATIA, this and this. So you need to identify which company. First step, you need to identify what you are good at. Second step, you need to identify who could be your potential employer. It is your obligation to identify, okay, is it Eaton? It is Bruce Power, it is OPG, it is Acom, Dragados, JLL, Black McDonald, what? It is, or Johnson Control, or consumer good products like PepsiCo. What else? So it is your obligation to identify your company. Then you need to promote yourself with those companies. So these are the 3 steps. Now, if you fall in love with your laptop and looking for a job continuously with Indeed work, this may give you information, but sometimes it could be a killer. You will get frustrated. You will get upset that nobody is replying to you. That is why I will say, make some strategy. What other ways you can move forward? Then also, this is very important thing, which I need to say that in Canada, you need to be specialized. If you say I'm a design engineer, I'm a structural designer, I can design anything and everything. Sorry, my friend, this is not the work here. So if you say I'm a project manager, I can manage any project. Okay, you can manage any project, but subject competence is also important. So in Canada, everybody look at the specialist. You need to be specialized on something. If you are to say I'm a civil engineer, no, it is not enough. Within the civil engineering field, if you go to the National Occupational Classification, there are 60 job titles. So you need to understand, okay, there are 60 different ways of doing civil engineering. So pavement engineer, tunnel engineer, municipal engineer, utility engineer, water resource engineer, all under civil engineering. So we need to know those things. Then we need to act like a sales engineer. I need to promote myself. If I cannot promote myself, then how I will promote the project? Second important thing is the soft skills are equally important and hard skills. Engineers have a little difficulty. They think, oh, I'm expert, I'm highly skilled. But how do I know that you are skilled? You need to talk. You need to present yourself. You need to act such a way so that I understand. But sometimes people don't pay attention to their soft skill. So soft skill is, nowadays it says not the soft skill. Nowadays it says essential skills. This is another advancement in this industry. They call it essential skill. So presentation, analytical skill, those are the things. Then know your job prospects within your specialization field. Like now say, if you are a continuous improvement engineer, say for example, your background is mechanical and your experience, you work with the industry, manufacturing industry, continuous improvement is this is something everywhere. So you need to know within your discipline, what are the growing fields? So instrumentation and control system engineering is one of the growing. Civil construction everywhere. And also say, for example, you need to know what are the specific requirements for each and every job, both the technical and non-technical requirements. So it is my obligation when I look for a job. It is not the employer's obligation to know who I am. And also, I mentioned earlier that look at the National Occupational Classification, what are the job titles. I gave this example. So for example, I'm looking for a civil engineering job. So every day I go to Indeed and look civil engineer. How many jobs will come out? But if I look for a, say, pavement engineer, maybe it will be very specific. So this is the way I need to look. Maybe I'm looking for a water resource engineer, maybe municipal engineer, rather than generic search, civil engineer. So, and also you need to have an idea about the potential companies. Most important thing, one of the most important thing you need to remember that what you are going to do. Are you going to core engineering? Core engineering means application of theory. That's the way PEO define. Or you want to go project management, or you want to go technician technologist. I'm not saying that you cannot do everything. You can do all the 3 things, but prioritize what way you need to move forward. And then customize your job search tools. And please do remember the job search is a full-time job and have a daily plan. And I request you to trust yourself. You are an achiever, just you need to prove it one more time. You are an achiever. That is why you are here as a newcomer engineer. You had the credibility, you have the credential, you have your own brand. That is why you are here. Just you need to prove it one more time. So this is all about my presentation. Here is our contacts, myself and Sekta. If anyone wants to take a screenshot, you can take it. If you have any question, you can get back to us. Now it is time to question and answer. I want to stop share. And if you have any question, we can try. You can also use the chat box and maybe someone will look at the chat box and we'll go one by one. Is it okay, Sekta, right? This is the way we can go.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. Okay, so who is, Okay, so there is a great presentation. Okay, so it's contact your email. So I'm sure, Dave, you saw my from my screen. Maybe one more time at the end, I will show my contact info for the other event. Very nice.
2 participants have also raised their hands.
Okay, go ahead. So anybody can ask us question.
Hi, can I go ahead with this? My name is Dev.
Yes, please.
Hi. Thanks for such a great presentation, both of you. My question is basically how important is nowadays PMP in the engineering side? Because I heard that this started with construction, civil engineering, but migrated towards IT industry, and it's more prominent with IT and leaving behind the construction. So its importance in construction is less. So I just want to know how important it is PMPs to pursue for civil engineers, and whether it is important with the consulting companies or with the contracting companies.
I think that part will go to Sikta, but from my side, first I will say, I personally like the PMP a lot because nowadays, now one thing, when you are a certified project management professional, remember, you are no more a general engineer, you are a management professional. I have seen so many of our engineers, they have the PMP now, they are managing IT project, financial project, engineering project. So it makes your life wider. This is an important thing you need to understand. When you have the PMP, your job market become wider. You can, with the PMP designation, you can work anywhere, everywhere. Even the PMP designation is a global designation. It is applicable anywhere in the world. On contrast, your engineering designation is a territorial, it's a provincial, or it's a country specific. Now, if your career goal is the management, project management, then certainly I will say that PMP will add value to your life. Certainly, it will add value to your life. Now, in terms of construction management, I do a lot of work with the management with different companies. Even nowadays, project coordinator roles require PMP. Can you imagine it? Project coordinator, there are 2 types of project coordinator within the construction industry. One is called site coordinator, and there is the back office, PM office type of project coordinator. Both the coordinators, they are now expecting the PMP designation. If not, at least they are asking for project scheduling software competency. I want to introduce one of my colleagues here right now, Peter. Peter has a long experience in IT recruitment. So if, Peter, if you'd like to share your experience as a recruiter within the IT sector, maybe that will add value to his question.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. So like specifically as it relates to the PMP designation or IT recruitment in general?
IT, how within the IT PMP plays the role?
So just in my experience, when recruiting sales engineers, the PMP designation is useful because the quality of education is very variable across educations, and how technical someone is in their role really depends greatly on the type of organization that they've worked at. So one way to clearly see how effective someone could be as a manager or as a project management professional is through standardized education such as the PMP designation. Especially because, say, for example, I know having recruited people from, say, Oracle and IBM, they're much less technical than people who work at, say, very small startups. So just because someone says, I code in Java, for example, or in the case of civil engineering, if you're talking about, I worked with Primavera, or in manufacturing, I worked with AutoCAD, that doesn't really mean as much as if someone has a standardized designation that they can reference, because every employer will know that if someone has that designation, then they're up to this level of standard. Whereas if someone just says, I've used this software, that doesn't really tell us to what extent they're actually hands-on with that technology.
Good, thank you. Sikta, do you have anything to add?
Yes, so PMP certification, it's good to have unless the role clearly specifies that it's a mandatory requirement. So say in Eaton, we are hiring for a project order engineering specialist, and in that PMP is preferred. So if you have a certification like PMP, that will make you stand out, but that does not mean that it does not guarantee you a job. It just guarantees you that interview with the hiring team, and you have to substantiate with examples to show that you have the knowledge, but you have also applied that knowledge in your career. So having that certification is really good to have, and it will open doors for you, as Rizal and Peter mentioned. But you also need to have that application knowledge and practice in your experience to be able to substantiate that.
Thank you, thank you, thank you, Sikta. Thanks, Peter. Any other questions, any other comments?
There's one more person who has raised his hand.
Yes, I think Dev said that, yes, we have the PMP program, and the PMP program in Access, this is for the engineering PMP program, and also we have the IT PMP programs are different, but I can talk about the PMP program, which is known as, you can go to our website and you can see this program name is Project Management for Engineers. This is the program. It is a dynamics program. The eligibility is very simple. You must have at least 2 to 3 years of project management experience from abroad within the engineering field. And you need to be the permanent resident, conventional refugee, or refugee claimant with work permit, or naturalized Canadian citizen. You need to live in Ontario, and you must have the CLB or IELTS language benchmark, which is 7 and above. That's it. It's online.
Sorry to interrupt.
No, go ahead.
Sorry,
go
you
ahead.
finish. You can finish, in fact.
No, done. It's an online program.
Yeah. So basically, like, is that anything like, I'm already in the middle of the PNG program.
Oh, there's
so
no
I
conflict.
already, I already finished my academic part, and I'm just waiting for the 1 year experience. So I thought, like, this PMP would be helpful, and that's how, like, I thought in the middle I can do that. So I was looking for a program to join where I can get an access to engineering jobs. Though, see, like, I'm working with the contracting, but more than contracting, is always good to get into engineering jobs. Working under a PNG to 1 year is compulsory for the engineers from outside.
I think, my friend, my simplest recommendation for you, your first preference right now is to get the job within the engineering, not even project management. Project management, based on your, whatever you said, based on your scenario, project management certification is your secondary priority. Right now, you are in the middle of the road. You are waiting for the interview with the PEO and this thing. So you are ahead of the game. So now you are working, but now you need a work you need to work under a professional engineer that who can certify your 1 year experience. This is your number one crazy priority. Once it is done, once you are working, once you have the PNG, or when you are on track, then PMP could be an added value or cherry on top. Then ultimately you can go to the engineering management role. That is why if you are spending too much time right now on PNP, it will delay your PNG process. Right now, priority to get a job within the engineering field where your supervisor can support you to get the PNG.
Thank you, Rizal. And does Access have those kind of opportunities? Like through Access, we can reach to the like PNG, working under a PNG for a year or something like that?
Just get in touch with me. You have my email address.
Sure.
Drop me a line.
Sure.
We can talk together. But
definitely,
my friend, your focus is job. Your priority is number one. Priority is now job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Any other?
Hi.
Okay, Sina said,
Zed.
okay, go ahead.
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, please.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, my name is Zed, and first of all, I would like to thank you, Razaul, Sikta, and Mazdina and everyone on the team for organizing this event and putting in the time and effort. I really like to thank you all. And my question is regarding the programs that the Access Employment offers. I was going through the website of the Access, and I saw the eligibility for some of the programs, and some of the programs requires the permanent residence and immigration refugee status. So right now I'm a temporary status on the temporary status, and I was wondering if there's anything for us. like the programs?
I understand, because 2 days back I was in Windsor and I was attending an OSPE event, and out of 100 participants, at least 90 participants was the post-graduation work permit. This is a new challenge. This is very unfortunate for our young professionals. They are paying 3 times tuition fee in Canada, and now after graduation, they are looking for a job and no employment services are available for them because of their status. Now, there is I'm not just talking on behalf of government. I'm saying the government understanding is that, okay, you paid the tuition fee to the respective institution 3 times more than the local students. And the government also supporting the institution. They have the career center. It is their obligation to provide you full jobs or support within your field. This is the commitment and mandate. However, their support is inadequate. Their support is not efficient. Now, that is why I personally encourage people to look for their job after graduation or work with the post-graduation work permit with a new grad program. New grad program, like you have seen that Sikta mentioned that big companies, they have a new grad program, and maybe Sikta can add 1 or 2 lines in this connection, because this is the best way to go into the labor market. Otherwise, if you are looking for a job nowadays, my friend, it is not easy as a work permit holder, because so many local residents and work citizens, permanent residents, they are looking for job. And work permit holders, for them, it is getting a job. It's like buying a lottery. If you are highly specialized, high-tech person, then the work permit people can get job a little easier. Otherwise, for them, the only viable option to go to the leadership program or new grad program. Like Sikta, what do you think?
So we are okay to consider people on work permit as well, even though they could be on work permit or study permit, as long as they are meeting the requirements of the job that we have posted. We have several employees in our organization who are on work permit, and we are happy to leverage the knowledge that they have. And like you mentioned, the recent grad program or the co-op or internships, that is more for students or people who are, or students who are just about to complete the course or who have recently completed a course. So that way I feel, I mean, even if though you're in a work permit, you can still apply to our roles. And if you have the required skills, knowledge, and you're able to demonstrate the abilities required for the role, you can, definitely get an interview or even the job offered to you.
Okay. Good. Okay, then any other, we are also close to the time. So Saranash, just say something or any other question?
Yeah, so thank you so much. I have one more question.
Yeah, okay, go ahead. This is the go ahead.
Yeah, I'll just be quick. I'll just wanted to share my experience that ever since I landed in the Canada, it's like 1.5 years ago, I discovered that it's very hard to get a job in here. So I try to work on my skills and try to get my hands on the certifications. Like I'm a PMP after landing in the Canada, I was able to get my hands on the PMP, and I'm a certified PMP from PMI. And I was also see that there's a lot of growth on the sustainability side. Every industry and organization are trying to get on their hands on the sustainability part of the, so I was also able to get my hands on the lead green associate certificate. And I've been trying very hard, and I'm trying everything I can do in my power to get the job, but still it's very hard to find a breakthrough. So is there any tips or advice would you like to give me, like something I need to work on other than that? Because I see that my strength and skills were in the project management. I have the work experience in that field, and I was able to improve that. So where I might be lacking, do you have any
No, I personally say, no, there's no lacking. It's all about, for myself, I will say it is not any lacking. It is all about a strategy. Based on my experience, I think, my friend, you have the professional designation, you have the experience in education. If employers are not responding to your requirement, then it needs to be critically analyzed. Where is the gap? Is it a gap with my presentation? Is gap with my resume? Or is gap with my customization? Or it is the gap, the right selection of the occupation? Am I selecting the right job for myself based on my? So these are the things is important. The second important thing is, my friend, you need to do a lot of network. Mountain will not come to you. Job in Canada is like a mountain. So you need to go to the mountain. If you see that, okay, sending job posting resume to the employer, they will see, I don't see, my friend. You need to come up with an alternative strategy. This is something you need. Sikta, if you have any final comment, then please go ahead. We are already over time.
Thank you. You summed it up really well, Rizal. And I feel that just maybe have a strategy, as he mentioned. Look at your resume. It has to be clean. It has to list out your skills, your summary and experience well, so the recruiter or the hiring managers having a look at it can get an idea of your background. So have a clean resume and match it to the job description, customize it, spend time with that. And also the third important point is network. So when you're searching, when you have a job in mind, go and search about the company. See who has posted a job on LinkedIn. Try to connect with that team member or other team members within the same organization. See if you can have that connect, or maybe call them for a coffee chat to get more information from them. And from there, you can build your network and ask them for referring you to some jobs within the company, because a lot of jobs sometimes are not out there in the market. They're within the company also. So you may not get to know about them, but if you connect with individuals and grow your network, there is possibility that they'll be able to give you some guidance on what to do, which jobs to target, and they may be able to connect you with other team members within the organization also. So networking is really important, and you have to strategize on how to approach your job search. But all the best to you. I'm sure you will get a job as quickly as possible. Just keep at it. Even I found it difficult when I started my journey. It's not easy, but hang in there and you'll do well.
I had the similar experience when I came in this country 18 years before. So, but one thing I want to share with all of you, I never ever compromised with my career. I did not work in other field for a single second in this country. So that was my challenge. No, I can compromise with so many things, but not with my career. Anyway, thank you very much, Sikta, for joining with me today. And I want to also thank OSPI representative, Mazlina, and all other OSPI members. They're always supportive. And certainly, I also want to thank all of you, those who attended today. If our experience thought can add value to your life, we'll be very happy. And also all of you have the contact. If you want to contact us, please feel free to drop a line. Certainly, this is our commitment to support you all in all possible way. So at the end, I will always say that together we are stronger. Certainly, we will achieve the global purpose together. Thank you so much for your time, Sikta, again, and certainly we'll meet you again. And thank you, Mazlina, for your all support.
Thank you for having me.
Thank you. Okay, take care. Have a good